Click Bluetooth. Okay, off. I see it. Okay, I got it off. So,
Hello.
yeah, because I called you back.
Yeah, I was
It's,
sleeping, Mom. Jamani passed away last night. Yesterday.
what I heard, that's what the police said.
Yeah.
So I assume that to be true since that's what the police and detective said. So I'm sorry, Jamani passed away. Um, but what's happening? Because from what I heard, you and Elijah were arrested. So what's
No, I was not. No, I was not arrested. Elijah was arrested only due to the violation of the no contact order.
right? But they were trying to arrest him for murder. You know that,
No,
right?
he. Yes, I do know that, and
Yeah,
he's only charged. He was only charged with the no contact order.
yeah. That's because I talked to the police and I said that he ain't murdered nobody.
Yeah, I know, because they talked to me too. They questioned me and everything.
So why is Jamani deceased?
Um, a sudden death syndrome, I'm gonna assume, because he was perfectly fine when I went out there last. I went to the bathroom and then he just was gone.
Yeah, and that's what I told the police. I said because of his age, ain't nobody murdered him, not even his mother or Elijah, because he's at the age of sudden infant syndrome.
Yeah.
So he was just. I mean, I'm just still in shock that it's even happening. So who called the police or did you call the ambulance?
I did.
Did anybody try to do CPR?
Yeah.
You tried CPR?
Yeah.
And so where was he when he passed?
At home.
But I mean, you went to the bathroom. So were both of you in the restroom or just was Elijah with?
Yeah, because he was taking a shower and I had to go to the bathroom. I went pee.
Who was taking a shower?
Elijah.
Oh, Elijah was taking a shower. Okay. And then you saw Jamani well and
Yeah,
sound.
I was just perfectly fine. He was perfectly fine, and then I go to the bathroom and I go to the bath. Elijah gets out of the shower, goes out there to check on Giovanni. He calls me. Like within 2 seconds, I run out there and there's nothing. Terrible.
So what does Elijah call you and say?
Huh?
What does Elijah call you and say?
What was that, Mama?
I said, what did Elijah call you and say?
He hasn't called me and said anything.
No, not called you. I'm talking about when he saw Jamani.
He's on call 911. Call 911.
And why was Elijah saying call 911? What was Jamani doing?
Because his lips were purple, and he was not moving.
And there's no marks on him or anything, right?
No, there's no marks on it.
Okay. So you were still in the bathroom when Elijah got out of the shower?
Yeah.
And that was like seconds, right?
Yeah.
So that means Elijah just looked over at him. Because where's Jamani sleeping at?
He was sleeping on the bed at the time.
Okay, so Elijah comes out and then looks, because it's your instinct just to look over at the child. Because Elijah said he was on tummy time. You hear me, Kaylin? Kaylin.
But Elijah's in Kent jail and his bail got denied.
The bail got denied.
Yeah.
Well, I checked online. It's saying he's not even in jail.
Huh?
Online, it's not even saying he's in the jail.
What was that, Mom?
I said online is saying that he's not even in the jail, Kaylin.
He's in Kent.
But online is saying it didn't pull him up at all.
Yes, it did for me because he didn't get booked until 11.
11 p.m.
Yeah, 11 p.m. 12.
So they waited
Because
a long time to do it.
because he was in questioning. I
Yes.
talked to
Uh-huh.
I had to talk to detectives and everything.
Mm-hmm. And what were they asking? What kind of
They
stuff?
were just like simple like questions like what did he do the past 3 days? Was his routine normal? Yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I mean, he looked well cared for on the photos to me. He was smiling and everything.
I know.
Where was Imani at? When
Lonnie was in his playpen about to take it out.
Okay, so Imani was not up rolling up, rocking around, and so
No.
basically Elijah looked over and just sees he's blue looking because he's
Yeah.
yeah, and he just called you, and then at
Yeah.
that point you called for medical help, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because Elijah, he can't call for medical help, because of the
Yeah.
situation. So you called, and then what did you report to the 911?
He wasn't breathing.
Okay, so when he's turning blue, you could still see that he's alive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not passed away at that point. So when did he pass? When they came? When the fire department came?
I don't know.
Yeah. Sudden infant death syndrome, from what I've heard, that goes by pretty fast. You know what I mean? They usually pretty much kind of die in their sleep, pass away in their sleep. Well, he's in heaven, so right now he's living a better life than we are.
Yeah.
I mean, we hate to view that part because we miss the person, but that's
I'm
pretty.
just worried about Elijah. Like during all this, the one person I could use is Elijah right now, and I don't have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You should be worried more about your son than your man. Why you worried more about Elijah than your child?
No, I am worried. My child is just like I have a hard like I don't like being alone, Mom. I don't even have Imani. CPS
Oh,
has
where's
Imani.
Imani? Oh, Imani's not there? Because I
No.
thought since you're not in jail, because I heard that Imani was sitting in your lap, but then
Yeah,
when
he
you
was.
called me, then I assumed Imani's with you. Was my assumption.
No, Imani's not with me. Imani's with CPS.
Mm-hmm. And they had to do that because they took you away to jail.
They didn't take me to jail.
Oh, they never. What I mean, they took you in for questioning. They detained you,
No,
right?
they detained me, but I was not arrested.
Okay, so they detained you and took you in for questioning.
They didn't take me in anywhere.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know that because I was told you was in the back of the police car.
Yeah, I was in the back of the police car because the baby died inside the house, so they're crime scene.
Mm-hmm. Wow. This is just unbelievable. I'm glad that because like I told him it would be sudden infant death syndrome. Um, I said that so because for the way they described it, you know what I mean. It didn't sound like no, no, like nobody. I mean, it was just scary how they was talking about some homicide.
Yeah.
Right around the time Jemani passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible. Did the ambulance look at Jemani while you were there? Did they did the ambulance come and just take a look at them?
Yeah,
And what did they say?
he was gone.
What's that noise?
He's about to leave.
What kids? Where are you at?
I'm at Chi-Chi's house.
Oh, whose house is that?
Our friend's house downstairs.
Oh, okay. Are you able to get in the apartment?
I think so now. I wasn't too able. I wasn't able to last night because they were doing an investigation.
You got the key to the apartment?
No, Elijah does.
Why he didn't leave you with the key?
I don't know. He didn't leave me with the car keys either.
Well, they impounded the car.
I know that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's because the police was asking me who was Jennifer. And yesterday morning I called Jennifer because I called you and Elijah and y'all weren't calling me back. So I called Jennifer to have y'all call me. And that was early in the morning. You seen my text, right? When I was texting you early in the morning, yesterday morning. And I text Elijah too. So, and I didn't know that you had bought the car from Jennifer. I just knew you had bought the car.
Yeah.
But you can get that out the impound
for like $700.
It's 700 already
Yeah.
for one day.
Yeah.
You checked them for sure.
Yeah.
Gosh, they really went up. I know it used to be like back in the day, it used to be 100 a day. Then it went up 200 a day, 700 already. And it's only been in there hours.
Yeah.
Ask them why it's so high. Ask them why they charging so much. That's abnormal. They just make it so you can't get it out of there. So Elijah, he got the house keys. They let him take keys with him to jail.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't give them to you, right? They wouldn't let him give them to you.
No.
Did you try to ask for him? Did you?
I was so worried about Jamani. I didn't care about anything else but Jamani.
Yeah, you didn't think. Yeah, that's normal too. You didn't think about the keys.
Nope.
Yeah. So you was only focused on your baby. So you wasn't thinking about that. Do they allow people to pick up keys from jail custody?
I don't know.
Or do they release, like if the inmate says, give my mom the keys or something like that? Are they allowed to do that?
CPS is calling me. Can I call you back?
Yes. Call me back, Kaylin. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, y'all. Kaylin has experienced a loss, sociopath or not, you know, and unfortunately, for a sociopathic female, um, they gotta understand that they're not exempt from karma, reaping what they sow, or any of that. I mean, we're all gonna suffer, and suffering is a part of life. It's death is a part of life. People passing away is a part of life. Within about 30 to 45 minutes of me doing that last video yesterday, um, her baby passed away. Her youngest baby passed away. And it looks like it appears to be like what they call sudden infant death syndrome, which means the baby just stops breathing while the child is asleep, is pretty much what happens with that. So, no one is been charged with any murder or whatever. And I pretty much, like I told the police and detectives, he passed away while he was asleep. And so it sounds like sudden infant death syndrome. But she's so concerned about Elijah, right? And that's just the wrong focus. Her concern should be on her children. Now the oldest child is in CPS custody. I got her on mute here, and I'm recording this as well to protect myself. You know, but she's one of those moms. Sociopathic moms, when they acting like that, narcissistic moms. I had a mom. Her man was always more important than her children. It was just true, especially when it came to my sister and I. And I'm not calling my mom no sociopath, but that is a sociopathic trait in general, when a man is more important than who you gave birth to, who came out of your body. I was watching this one case where this lady, her her husband murdered their 12-year-old daughter, and she covered it up for many, many years. She sure did. And she covered it up, and her son that was in college always knew or suspected that their father killed his 12-year-old sister. And when he found out that his mother covered that up all those years, I'll try to find that video and put it in the description box. But when the big brother of the little sister found out that their own mother covered up for their daddy, which was her husband, for I think over 30 some years, y'all, she knew. Imagine knowing that your husband murdered your 12-year-old, and you stay with the man in the house, keep quiet, and you still having sex with a man that's murdered y'all daughter. This was actually his daughter. So the big brother that had moved out, which is the full-blooded sibling of the 12-year-old little girl that passed, he told the police and detectives when it happened that he felt their daddy did it. Their daddy had gone crazy in the head. He was in the army or military or whatever. He was in the military, so he went crazy. I was just watching this video within the past week, so I'll try to find it and put it in the description box. I sure will. And so that's ultimately what happened with that situation. So yeah, it's pretty sad. So let me try to find that video now. Yeah, it was one of the crime cases. And she was a beautiful little girl. They had her in as missing all those years. Had her in as a missing child, but she wasn't a missing child. She was a murdered child. And her big brother, he said that their father had a very volatile temper. He had a very volatile temper. And he suspected that they daddy had killed his sister. Because, there's an age gap. So, the sister, 12 years old. So she was so beautiful. It was just her, she's 12, and her mother and father. And the big brother, he's like about 20 something because there's an age gap. But both of those children were by the same parents. And the mother, he went full no contact with his mother. After 30 some years later, he learned that his mother covered up for their daddy. He went full no contact with his own mother. And a lot of people don't understand that, but I do. If I knew the whole time that my daddy had really killed my sister, and I knew from my soul that's what happened, and then 30 some years later, she admits to it, and my own mother laid up with a man that unalived my little sister, who wants a mom like that, right? That would lie and lay up with a man that's brutally murdered her 12-year-old daughter for no good reason. So let me try to find the video, y'all. Let me try to find it. Right here. No, that's not it there. That's a different case. Was it on Evil Lives Here? Yeah, here it is right here. Oh no, it's not that one. That's another dad. That's Evil Dad Reports 12-year-old. That's the Lori Page story, not that one. Please click a like, y'all. Kaylin's on the line with CPS. So, that's still the Lori Page story. Lori Page. It's not that one. Hospital kept secret for 30 years. It's not that one. More of Lori Page. She was kidnapped from her home and it took 30 years to solve her murder. It's not that one. Pastor noticed something. Nope, it's not that one. The murder of Sharita Williams. No, it's not that one. It wasn't on Black Girl Gone. God, it seemed like I watched it within the past week, but Was it on Evo? Oh, right here, right here. It was on Crime Cure. And it was she disappeared from a locked room in 1987. So I'll put it in the description box, y'all.
My daughter was 15.
Yeah. But this is going to be a powerful testimony. So listen.
Called her. She didn't come. Her door was
Wait a
locked.
minute, hold on.
My daughter was 15 when she disappeared. She went
Oh,
to
she
high
was
school.
15.
Never
I thought she was 12. I'm sorry, y'all. She was actually 15.
caused trouble. That morning I called her. She didn't come. Her door was locked from the inside. The room was empty. There was a note saying she was okay, saying she would call. She never did.
One morning, a teenage girl vanished from her family home. When her parents went to wake her, her bedroom door was locked from the inside.
And see, she's actually, this whole time, she's lying for her husband. She's going to admit many, many years later of her lies. But she's lying
They
for her
forced it open
husband.
and found the
She
room
doesn't
empty.
she doesn't love her daughter. She loves her husband. Very sad. In my opinion and from my perspective, your child comes before your husband. Um, it's your flesh and blood, right? I don't care if the husband is the child's father. Her 15-year-old daughter, the well-being of her child should come before a man, from my perspective. But sociopathic females, they're usually sociopaths. I'm just gonna be honest. You know, sometimes you don't want to even accept that your mama is a sociopath, even if she just couldn't officially be diagnosed as one, or there was no diagnosis at that time. Even for my own mother, her men, no matter what man she had, the man came before the child. And that is what a sociopath, that is what a narcissist will do. You know, some narcissists won't even put the man before their child. Many narcissists raise their children and don't put the man first. So for it to be that extreme, for a person, a lady, a woman, for decades and decades, pick a man over someone that lived in her stomach, and she pick a man over her own daughter or son that's not abusive to her. This is a daughter or son that's not causing her no harm.
Mom?
Yes. Kaylin.
Oh, yeah, I just got off the phone with CPS, and she says he doesn't even know what's going on.
Well, that's a good
That
thing.
he's not the case manager, so I have to call a different number.
Mm-hmm. I want them, since he's in CPS custody, I want DNA, Kaylin. Why won't you let me know if he's my blood grandson? Why
I
can't
know. It's not even that, Mom. I'm more concerned about getting him back in my custody right now.
that'll help get him back though, including other family members to support you? Do you have the CPS lady phone number so I can put some claim on him too?
Can you please? I just want my son back, Mom.
What's the case manager name?
Genevieve Hightower.
Okay. What's her phone number?
206-492-0278.
And her name's Jennifer.
Genevieve.
Okay. 02. And I'm gonna be honest, my instinct, I'm just gonna be honest. I suspect that Imani is potentially related to us. I do. I really suspect that because as he gets older, I see similarities to my family, right? But
No.
I mean, as a grandmother, I mean, either way,
Mom, you're gonna get your DNA test. I promise. I just want my son back in my custody right now. That's all I'm worried about. I just lost one son. my son just died, and I don't have my other son in my custody. What is going on?
Okay.
I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. I've never been through this before. I don't have my mom to talk to. You're the only mom I have.
Yeah, and I understand. My mom's deceased too. I get that.
I don't want to be alone.
It's hard when your mother's passed, your biological mother.
I don't want to be alone, Mom, and I have to because Elijah's not here and I don't have any money.
Mm-hmm. Are you feeling suicidal?
No, I'm not feeling suicidal.
Okay.
I just don't like being alone. I'm going through a lot.
Yeah, and that's a lot because the whole family's just gone in one day. I get it. Elijah's.
Yeah, my Elijah's gone. Both my babies are gone, and then it's just me.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, how do you think I feel when you make fun of the fact that I have estranged daughters and you just talked about my dead mother and father and all the people I lost in my life due to death and estrangement due to a custody battle? You don't think that affects me?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. It's something called karma. You know what that is, Kaylin? You got to be careful what you say to
Mom,
people.
can we not? I just lost my son. Come on.
Yeah, and my daughters are gone too, and my mother and father are dead too. So just, be mindful of what you say to people. That's all I'm saying.
I understand. I apologize.
Okay. Thanks. I appreciate that. So I'll call the CPS lady and see what is she saying so far? What did she say to you?
I haven't even talked to her yet.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to my old CPS case manager because he called me.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a chance to call the lady.
Oh, so who did you just talk to when you clicked over?
My old CPS case manager. I just said that.
Oh, this is the old one. Okay.
Yes.
Because she's going to continue on the case, right?
I don't know, Mom. I don't know anything that's going on. That's what I've been saying.
Okay. Is this the first time that they took Imani? I think it is, right?
Yes, this is the very first time I've ever taken money out of my custody. I'm scared. Mom, I'm scared.
Okay.
I'm scared.
Yeah, it is scary, but it doesn't mean he's going to stay out of your custody. It doesn't mean that that's going to be permanent. Have you been able to talk to Elijah?
No.
Okay. I don't think he can call your number.
No, he can't.
Okay. So hopefully he'll reach out to me today.
Huh.
Okay. So I'll I have their I had like their visitation schedule, I think. I think you could visit there up to 10 p.m. or something. Yeah, so yeah, so everything will work out. Sometimes the Lord wants you to focus on yourself, Kaylin. You kind of downgraded the nurturing yourself, right? Remember you talked about me and say I nurture myself too much. So
I don't nurture myself at all.
And you should start doing it right now.
Mom, I can't. I'm worried about my kid.
You should be worried about yourself as well.
I'm not worried. No. When your kid's in CPS, you should not be worried about yourself. You should be worried about getting your children back.
Yes, you should.
About.
You know why? If you're worried about yourself, that's what's going to bring the child back. See, CPS, they want to see that the mother is in the best emotional and spiritual.
How would I be in the best emotional care when I just lost a son and you just took my other son? Make that make sense.
Yeah, but
I'm going to be even more distraught and even more stressed because I'm worried about my other child that's alive.
But to me, you're doing really well compared to a lot of people. You're
no, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Not. You're handling it really well. You're not in a mental institution right now.
Mama, I can't do this alone.
Yeah, so basically, like I was saying, you gotta be careful what you say to people, y'all. And I mean, I know like human beings, they say wicked. I mean, she, Kaylin, being a sociopath, from my perspective, she has a lot of judgment about my life and children that I've lost and everything. She never even said she was sorry that I had deceased. She never said she's sorry. I mean, I'm pretty much the kindness I'm showing towards Kaylin while her youngest child has passed away now is not really the same kind of kindness that she showed me. I mean, she basically told me I didn't have no man. Um, I had estranged children. I was a terrible mother. She said, your mother dead, your father dead from smoking all them cigarettes. And I mean, she said this to me within hours. Like, I'm not even sure if a total 24 hours had really went by um, before she experienced I gotta see which one of these smoke alarms is beeping, y'all. Yeah, I gotta see. Let me see. I'm gonna go back and look at these texts. So, the sociopath Caitlin, she judged me, and I'm calling her a sociopath not because she's born that way. It's there was no intervention of her being around enough empathic people when her mother died. So when her mother passed away when she was 11 years old, when you're around like rapist type guys and child molesters and the family disliked her and stuff, there was no true empathic people that she's around. So it's not like she's like born that way necessarily. It just comes from her upbringing. So I'm trying to figure out when she sent me this text. Talking about that's why my mother dead and stuff. Excuse me, y'all. I know y'all heard the sneeze. I was able to block it out on one thing. Here, prayer time is here, y'all. Hold on. I'm going on the prayer app. There, y'all. Thank you so much for your comment, Daniel, on this chat. I got two lives going, y'all. Right here. Oh, hello to Saif. Al-Kawadi, hello to you. Beautiful name. I to my ability. Thank you. their AI clone underscore 321. Daniel, thank you for that chat there. I'm on two devices, y'all. I got two lives going, which now I know you can do that, right? I didn't know that I could go on two different devices and have going on the same channel. I actually did not know that. So I learned something new here. Yeah, Kaylin, very codependent, and it's not good. It ain't good to be the type of person you can't be alone for 5 minutes, y'all. 5 minutes. I get that she just lost her baby, but she ain't that naive, y'all. I've been told her something gonna happen to one of those kids, and it's just that the kids are not in the best environment. I mean, there's marijuana smoking, the home is not organized and clean enough in the way that it should be. And I get that people get behind on chores, but the last photos they sent me, the house looked pretty nice and decent. So it looked like they fixed that up and improved it. But they live in a building where it appears to be kind of like a slumlord situation because pipes are busted. They're in a very old building that Elijah says it was built in the 1800s, and it's a slumlord situation over there. So I get it. The rent, poverty's real. Poverty's very real. It's no game. But February 22nd, she's sending me a message right before midnight. It was still technically February 22nd. And by February 24th, it hadn't even been 48 hours. By 2 p.m., February 24th, her youngest son dies. So, like she talking about James smoked cigarettes, my father smoked cigarettes and he's deceased. Well, that's where her baby at now. He deceased too. So hopefully her son will meet my father in a heavenly realm. I wish the best for all deceased people. But one of the things about me, I say some bad stuff, y'all. I have. I gotta work on myself. My reactive abuse, being an empath, when that narcissistic trait comes out of me, because I'm gonna be a bundle of both. It's bad, y'all. But one of the things I can say is my empathy always overrides any narcissistic traits. And I don't mean what I say. That's the difference between me and a sociopath. I do have remorse and I don't mean what I say. But a sociopath, they mean what they saying. So see, when she talked about my mother and father and my estranged children and my deceased children, well, she didn't mention nothing about my deceased children, but that's the problem. She never even said she's sorry that I had a deceased child or deceased children. I have deceased children. One of my children died at birth or was already deceased when I gave birth to him. I gave birth to a deceased child. I had a son. I got a son and daughter that are deceased now, that have passed on before me. And Caitlin, she's a sociopath. She know that my children died. One died many years ago. One died several years ago. Okay. So she ain't never said one time, this is a sociopathic female. She ain't never said one time that she's sorry about any of my children passing away. So that's the thing with a sociopathic female. They want all this attention and love that they're not offering to anyone. But they really want this attention and love. They really do. And that's just one of the things I noticed. She talked about me in the text. Let me see. So she sent me that at midnight the 22nd by 2 p.m. on the 23rd. I mean the 24th. So let me see. So within let me see. So within approximately 38 hours, within 38 hours of her talking about my deceased parents, 38 hours from the time she typed that message, she has a son that passed away of what appears to be sudden infant death syndrome. You know, right around that 6 months old or younger, you know, any child can die from sudden infant death syndrome. Your child can die while he or she is right in your belly. Sure can. Right in your uterus. You could be carrying a child and the child died. Like I said, I had a deceased son. He was already passed away. He had died before I gave birth to him. So I have deceased children, so I have compassion for it. But from my perspective, this sociopathic female, she needs to learn to be alone. She needs to learn to value herself. She needs therapy, and she needs to learn to do things when people aren't around. See, she want Elijah back around so he can be her slave and clean up that house and cook and do the things. Sociopaths are like that, y'all. You got two different kinds. You got the sociopathic female that don't mind being alone, that prefers to be alone, almost behaving kind of like a psychopath. But then you got that sociopathic female, which I consider in the worst situation, the sociopathic female that has to have people catering to her or catering for her, working for her, and doing everything for her. That sociopathic female, she needs a lot of supply sources, because a sociopath is also a narcissist. So I'm going to call that sociopathic female a narcissistic sociopathic female. Just like H.G. Tudor calls, he calls himself a narcissistic psychopath, which means he's a psychopath that needs supply. So I'm going to say the same thing about the sociopathic female. A narcissistic sociopathic female needs supply. She needs those people around to serve her, to clean up after her, to cook for her, to enable her to be a lazy woman that's not physically even doing enough, moving around so she can be healthy. Caitlin has big pieces of skin hanging from her arms, just sagging loose skin, totally not in shape. She lost a great amount of weight. I think she said she had lost 150 pounds or something, over 100 pounds at one point. But she's a sociopathic, narcissistic female. So why she got that much weight on her in the first place? Because she's codependent, and she needs to be alone to get to know herself and to heal and get therapy. And they done took her first son. They might be doing her a favor so he don't die in her care. Okay? See, sociopathic females, they not going to understand how the Lord is protecting them as well, y'all. They don't understand that. She don't understand, like she told me, September 2024, she don't believe in God anyway, because God took her mama. So that's the thing with a sociopathic female.
Nothing to clearly explain how she could have left.
And this is one on this video that I'm telling you about. This lady lied for her husband all these years, knowing that her husband killed a 15-year-old daughter, admitted to it decades and decades later, and her son disowned her and never would speak to her again. Sure did. I understand why he did it. He looking at his mama like she a sociopath. Like, how could you lay up with a man that you know murdered your 15-year-old daughter, which would have been his sister, his full-blooded sister, and And it wouldn't make it no better if they was just half siblings. That's still his sister. And then his mother lied about it so many years, lay up with her husband, um, fuck him and give him pussy, you know, and then know he didn't murder their daughter and live with him all them years. That's a sociopath. Sociopathic females, if your mother was the type of lady that put her man first, she might be a sociopath. Your mama might be more than a narcissist, y'all. I have to even say that about my own mother. A mother that her children in the same city with her. They 5 years old and under, 5 years old and older as well, and don't take a trip to visit her kids, have nothing to do with her kids, don't even really place her kids in a healthy and nurturing environment. If your mother not a sociopath, she'll place you in a good environment too. I can sleep at night because like I got relatives, younger relatives that's out of state and stuff, but I feel like they're in a secure and decent environment. I really do. I'm not no sociopath. I feel like they are placed in the best environment, better than a foster home. I really believe this. And, you know, just keep that in mind. You know, I mean, you might be calling your mother a narcissist. Your mother actually may be a sociopath. If your mother did very little for you, and I don't care if she prayed for you, you can pray for someone all the time and still be a sociopath. The fortunate thing about me, I'm diagnosed, and I know that my disorders are anxiety based. My disorders come from being affiliated with sociopaths, being around narcissists, being a domestic violence victim and survivor of it, you know. So, yeah, I got Kaylin on video. I even asked her, you worried about Elijah? She's more concerned about my son, y'all, than that baby. Her baby just died, and she worried about my son that's in jail. That's not the best man as of now for her anyway. It's not the best man. That's why he's in jail right now. He follows no rules. If Kaylin had a decent man, he would be following rules and he would be out of jail. Kaylin got a problem on her hand. Elijah, this is Elijah's 9th time being incarcerated. 8th or 9th time. I mean, they're just weekends, one-offs here and there. 2 domestic violence arrests, 5 or 6 other arrests, and then this one. So, because I counted those other arrests as 5 of them in the beginning, but Elijah actually, I think he said there's 6. So he's been arrested 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 9th time Elijah's been arrested. But she's more concerned about an undiagnosed psychopath than she is of her son, her youngest son, dying from sudden infant death syndrome. She's worried about Elijah, my son, instead of worrying about if she's going to be able to give her child a funeral or any kind of little cuddle up even in the living room for her son, Jamani. This is what sociopathic females do. So I'm coming back to my own mother. My own mother was similar to this sociopathic white female. It's just that my mother was not a white one. But sociopaths are black ones too. So if you had a mother that did basically little as shit for you, and she sat up with her legs open, giving her man some pussy, and I don't care if she just had one man at a time. My mother wasn't no hoe. She was a married woman. She always was with one man at a time. But whatever man my mother was with, man at a time, for her to make that man her priority and never all of her children, that is a trait of a sociopathic female, a narcissistic one at that. So I think what I am going to do at this point